I should add myself to the stream. Check. Is there an echo? Check. Okay. Check. 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 What the fuck is going on? Check. Echo. 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 Check. Check. Yeah, I know. Echo, echo, echo. Echo, echo, echo. Check. 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 Can you hear me? Check, check. Big John, how you doing? Sean, how you doing? Is there an echo? Larkin, how you doing? Hey, Kenneth, how are you? Is there an echo? Sounds good. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Chad, how you doing, buddy? How's everything going, gentlemen? We had Maddie popped in. We had Red, Shawnee, Big John, Laukin. I guess I can close that over there. Kenneth. Frank's card. Frank, what's happening? How are you? Chad. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You know. All is good. All is good. Long day today. Long day today. But hey, it is what it is. Hope everybody's everybody getting ready for the weekend. Hopefully you guys will be able to do something good. That storm went through, so if anybody's in those areas, I hope oh, very nice. Very nice. Storm didn't get it. Did you get you? Did it, Chad? You get any kind of weather from the storm? Or was that far west enough? Who What up, Dommy? I'm trying to think who no storm here, just windy. That's cool. Boy, today with the waiver wire, man, oh man, in baseball, Cleveland Indians went crazy. Cleveland wound up signing 3 guys. They took, and I think they picked all 3 guys from the Angels. They took Giolito and what's his name? Matt Moore. And they also grabbed the other guy that went with Giolito to Cleveland. So I was a little bit on the crazy side that that's what they did. Oh, they went ahead and grabbed Renfro and Bader. Wow, that's good for them. I mean, that's pretty good for them. You know, couple of veterans to add. I mean, you can't complain about that. That's a pretty good thing to do. Yeah, I mean, that's the way it happens sometimes. I was surprised that Cleveland got all 3 of those pitchers. I was very, very surprised. I didn't think, I mean, I knew when I heard all 3 were put on the waiver wire, I knew all 3 would get claimed, but I didn't think all of them would go to Cleveland. That seems kind of crazy, and I'm not 100% sure why, uh, why Cleveland would have done that. But then again, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, at least the team from Georgia did not get any extra help. That is always a good thing. We don't need them getting any help. The less help they get, the better off we will be in baseball. Rocky, what is happening, my man? How's baseball going, Rocky? How is the baseball? Yeah, I mean, Beta, well, that's true. Since Cleveland was 10th on the list, so they were definitely able to go ahead and block a lot of guys. And, I mean, they're what? I think they said they're like 5 games back of Minnesota. I mean, to be honest with you, when you look at Giolito and you look what he did for uh, the Angels, he did not do much. Oh wow, storm. Well, hopefully that storm won't be too bad. Pop the beer and like cards, you gotta take a call. Thank you, Myers, for the trade. Oh, excellent. Glad you got the trade. Glad you got the cards. Sweet. Yeah, so cards will be going out if you I got Maddie, Dom, and John. Today's the last day of the month, so all those guys that have requested cards be held. Um, I plan on sending them out unless I'm told otherwise. Zach, how you doing, buddy? How's it going? Ay ay ay. Johnny, how you doing, buddy? God bless you too, sir. Overnight shift. Oh boy. Wow, wow, wow. Uh the first time you buy a blaster, it's 38. And you get to choose 1 through 16. I tell you, Zach, it's been pretty cool. Zach is, he's been going on the hunt for the Hot Wheels cars. Those are pretty cool, seeing those Hot Wheels cars. Yes, sir. I kept two for myself. I was so Monday through Wednesday I was traveling for work, and I was in South Carolina on Monday, and on Monday I had to work Monday night. So Tuesday woke up and I had to be in North Carolina. So I took some of the back roads, stayed off of I-95, and went through a couple of small towns. And I walked into a Walmart, and I was looking, and this Walmart was loaded. I actually picked up some Topps Gallery because I love the gallery cards. And yes, Rocky 38, 1 through 16, Rocky. And I was looking, and I turned and I looked to the left, and there I saw a whole shelf. There was actually 18 of them sitting on the shelf. So I'm keeping a couple for myself to open. Although I shouldn't, because I can't beat that first blaster, but hell, I'll give it a shot again anyway. Just tell me what number you want, Rocky. 38 is right for the first box. I don't know if 16 equals a case. Well, there were 18 on the shelf, so I don't know how many equal a case. I haven't heard. Is there a case hit in this product? Yeah, it must have been just stock. But I mean, they had everything. And the other thing I noticed, and not that I would planned on buying any, but they had 20 22 2022 WWE Prism, and they had the prices down on it, which they had a new low price for that, but I didn't check that part. Number 9, yes sir, Mr. Rocky. Hold on, I got it. Number 9 for Rocky. Got this whole new setup. I'm still trying to get used to it. Ugh. Like the Beatles song, number 9, number 9, number 9. Guess if you're a Beatles guy, you know that. If you're not, hey, you don't. Chuck, what is happening, my man? Yeah, Rocky, how is Rad's team doing? Three. Sorry. Number 8. Hold on. I got take number 8 and number 13 off. Those are going to the Beast from the East, Brother John. All right, let's get going here. The fall Little League team that I manage, we start a week from this weekend. So we start the weekend after Labor Day. Yeah. Nothing but Astros and Rockies. And we got one of those packs again where things are shangad. Oh, let me bring this down a little now. I mean, I will ship to Canada, but I gotta see how much it would be, Dom. Because I mean, it might be like 11, 12. I don't know what it would be. I'd have to double check to see what it'd be. But Kevin Smith, Patrick Mazinga, Aguilar, Bobby Gibson, and a prism of Justin Morneau. Yeah, I like I said, I will ship to Canada. I just, it's not cheap to ship to Canada. I would just have to check. Wait, there we go. Jose Altuve, Emmanuel Clace, Tony Gwynn, Burley Man. I don't like this like this. Ah, man, Burley Man Refractor. Robbie Ray, Keybert, Royce Lewis. Oh, we got a number card there. We saw that. Kyle Lewis, Thurman Munson, Marquez. Ah, the wrong Mariner to get. And that one is 92 out of 199. That's Run Good Life's guy. That's RGL's guy, Rich Haniger. Oh, sorry, that's not a rookie. You don't need a rookie one. Mitch Haniger. Wainwright. Will the Thrill. Stephen Kwan, rookie. Strider, rookie. Reed Detmer's on the prism. Oh, wow. That would have gone. Hey, Hunter, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh. Dang, Rock, look, you got your guy. Bert, Andre, and Shohei. Brandon Woodruff. Frank Thomas on the refractor. Golly. Suzuki. The chef. And again, our Frank Thomas. We supposed to have one more prism from Cosmic. Yeah, I tell you, they're only doing Cosmic in hobby boxes today. I'm very surprised. Lou Gehrig, Ortega, Buxton, Carlos Rodon. All right, we got a rookie on the blue. Jake McCarthy. There you go, Rocky. $349, yeah. It went up because I know when it first came out, even on Topps though, when it first came out, Cosmic was $279, I think, or $275. You're welcome, sir. Yeah, Cosmic was expensive this year. I was very surprised at the price it was at. It seemed a little high to me. Again, what I don't like is that no uh no blasters or anything. But again, I don't know for sure. Did they do blasters last year? All right, so hey, fire starter wanted number 8 and number 13. Oh, there's some really nice stuff out of Cosmic. I would love to get it. But I mean, even if I would have tried to get it the day it released, 275 for a hobby box. I mean, now again, the way it looked, guys were pulling a lot of good stuff. Seeing some of the channels and everything. Good luck, Johnny. Seeing some of what some of the channels were pulling. Yeah, I mean, there was some nice stuff being pulled. But my luck, I go ahead and get you know, I get the one box that's a ship box. Matt Manning. We got color right off the rip. It's a Milwaukee Brewer. Colton Wong. Everybody Wong Chung tonight. Follow that up with a JT Friedel. And that one is 241 out of 299. Yeah, like I said, I would have loved to have gotten Cosmic, but I just, definitely in the wrong brewer, that's for sure. Wouldn't have mind one of those Hall of Fame brewers. That would have at least been nice. Dalton Barshow, DJ, Joe Musgrove, Verlander, back home, Twins rookie, Josh Winder. Francisco Lindor. I don't like I said, John. I mean, Dami. I agree. There has been some unbelievable stuff coming. Schwarber, Castellanos, and the man who never is going to retire, Nelson Cruz. Again, Dom. I just wish they would, even if they just did the mega boxes or monster boxes. I would love to see something like that. Excuse me. But just at the price that they're going for right now, it was just too hard to go ahead and pull a trigger to get one. Sutton, Ronnie Santo, refractor of Hal Newhouser, and a Andre Jackson. Hal Newhouser. Frank Viola, the Long Island native. There you go. Bam, Duck Kid. Rookie Jose Miranda. Oh, and a nice Dustin Pedroia. Ralph Kiner. Oh, we got another numbered card. Ralph Kiner. Mike Trout. Any Trout is a good Trout. We'll pull from the back. Jorge Posada. On the Prism. Mike Schmidt. Here we go. We got blue. Looks like diamonds. Not a rookie. It's a Yankee. IKF. Wrong Yankee. 197 out of 199. Oh, got one more top loader right here. The wrong junkie card. Jake Myers. Kurt Muller. Ooh, nice Vita Blue. Not a refractor. Paul Konerko for your Chicago White Sox. And a Rizzo. Should have one more refractor, I think. Charlie Blackman. Boom! Darryl Strawberry on the refractor. There you go. There you go. Rami Gonzalez and a Tyler Glass now. Box number 1. Get these sleeved. Alrighty, here we go with box dos. All right, here we go. Lucky number 13. Lucky box number 13 for Juan. Later, Rocky. Hopefully you have a good. I don't. You know, I'm sorry, Matt. Matt, I'm actually Matty. I'm actually. I'm holding all the autographs for your box, Matt. I guess I shouldn't have said that because now if it happens, it's gonna be like, oh crapola. Jackley Bradley Jr. Glenn Otto, look at that. Hey, you got an auto. You got an auto right there. Nick Madrigal and a Yanni Hernandez. And look at that. Whee! Throw that sucker right in there good. Holy cow. Erasmo, welcome. Welcome. Pee Wee Reese. Moreland. Albert Pujols. Not a refractor. We got our Chrome. Sammy Long. Who the hell is that? And Ronnie Dawson. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kyle Bradish, Mike Musina, Toscar Hernandez, Brian Anderson, and our blue. Oh, Nelson Cruz was hoping for Juan Soto. Yeah, I watch a lot of baseball. I gotta say, not sure I have ever seen Sammy Long play. Zach Short, Brooks Robinson, our first refractor, Lou Bob, and a Cesar Hernandez. Jonathan India, Johnny Smoltz, Larry Jones, and Jaron Duran. Holy cow. You picked the bend box there, Johnny. Miguel, ooh, we got blue cracked ice. Miguel, Hunter Green. And we got a regular prism. Jorge Posada, Kyle Schwarber. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Not a rookie. It's a Cardinal. Jack Flattery. 18 out of 100. Man, that's a thick-ass card. Have to get some more top loaders. A collector's dream. How are you? Alan, how's it going? Nelly. 2 packs left. Pull something good. Sammy Long is now working at McDonald's. San Francisco, maybe, if he stayed out there, Alan, he may be, working at Starbucks. Trent Grisham. Mullins. Matt Brash. And another Musgrove. So we are due one more refractor, unless I missed it. I will have to double check. Oh, there he is. There it is. Paulie O'Neill, Miguel Rojas, Jorge Soler, rookie, Kansas City, Bobby Witt Jr. on the refractor. There you go. There you go. Nice. Very nice. I wonder if Adam pulled the trigger on those Chipper Jones cards. Yes, he did. A collector's dream. Wow. I mean, I was very surprised. Knowing Adam, I'm very, very surprised that he went ahead and pulled the trigger. Not gonna lie. So, collector's dream. When you say yes, you were saying yes that Adam did go ahead and make that trade. Yeah, nothing against whoever he was making the trade with. To me, like if there was some other, yeah, I know he was going to keep the better one of the two for sure. But like I was saying, to me, if he was trading, let's say like a regular 101s, if he was trading regular 1 of 1s, like I said, honestly, I could understand it. I could see him, making that deal if it was, hey, this is just a 1 of 1, and I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm gonna trade the a one of one. I can understand that. Um, but to me, those two being all-star cards and stuff, and it being, his PC's last all-star game, that would have been tough for me to trade. Yeah. That was a tough one. Like I said, I mean, if his was not a, if his was not a an all-star game specific one, I could understand, maybe if you make that trade, right? You have a couple of 101s that kind of sort of look alike, and you decide, hey, I can go ahead and give up one of those. I can go ahead and do that. But to give up those all-star ones. Yeah, I mean, again, not saying that it was a bad trade. I mean, you were getting what, 5 one of ones? Um, so from that standpoint, I mean, that's pretty darn good. Matt is very special. He's special, Matt. Well, he was only getting the 2K if he would have done both cards. I believe that when it went where he said that he would not do both, then I think that the 2K was taken off, if he went ahead and if he was only going to do one. So it would have been, I think, the 5 one of ones for the one booklet. The one with 2 hollow stickers was an actual team issued. I sent Adam a pic of a team issued jersey I had from the same year with the tagging. I personally wouldn't have, but that's me. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with you, John. I mean, and that's where I think, um, I don't know. I agree that it would have been hard to pass it up, but when it's your guy, I mean, when it's your guy and it's his last All-Star game, and it's those cards, that is tough. That is definitely tough. Special does. To be fair, if you had Elway, you probably never get Peyton. Oh yeah. True iron, true iron. Why do you have to be so rational? No, if you, I mean, I guess, the truth is, 5K and 5 one of ones. Yes, you're right. That would have been hard to say no to. That that would be a tough one. That would be very, very difficult. I don't know. Yeah, let's just say that definitely would have been hard. Would have taken a lot. That one would have been taken a bunch of thought. Uh, for that, man. That would have definitely had to have some deep thought, about that. Of course, you got to figure you can, the again, it was 5 one-of-one chippers, so more than likely you're not gonna sell those. You're probably gonna keep those, put those in your collection. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, yeah, that's what I mean. It's tough. When it's your guy, it's completely different. If it wasn't Jones, and let's say it was this other guy's favorite player. Let's say he was a big time collector, and let's say it was, I don't know, let's say it was Bobby Witt, or let's say, maybe that's a bad one because he's a rookie, but let's say another Hall of Famer. Let's say it was a Frank Thomas, or somebody else, a Ken Griffey Jr. Who knows, Yeah, that's what I mean. I think when it's your guy, it's different. It is definitely different. When if it's just another guy, I think then you can in your mind justify it because you say, hey man, that's not my guy anyway. So I'll take the money and I'll take the one of ones that are of my guy. You know, like let's say that was, oh come on now, Chuck. I thought I had a Ryan Sandberg card around here. I forgot if I do. Yes, you would say thank you very much. No doubt in my mind, you would say thank you. But again, like I said, I think you have to look at it from a standpoint of it's definitely different when it is your guy. When it's a guy you collect, that changes everything. you know, if I had some one of one Fred Linds, and there was another Fred Lynn collector, and he was like, "Hey, I'll trade you these one of one Fred Linds and some money for the one you have." I don't know. I guess it would depend on how special the one on one is. See, that's what I think it is. If that would have been, something simple, like if it wouldn't have been an all-star jersey, if it might have been, like another type jersey, I think Adam would have done it. But I think, when you throw in that it was an all-star jersey, it was his last all-star game, that makes it hard. Oh, you pulled a Colas auto. Nice. Hey, Craig, what's going on? Masis Technology LLC. Thank you, and run the other way. Gosh darn, man. I don't know, man. I was looking at some stuff. I forgot why. Hold on a second here. crud. Oh, this goes to Rocky. Never mind. Oh no, wait. From Johnny. Matty Ice. Yep. Thank you, Dom. He John is cool. Like I said, I could not believe when he was showing some of his cards, and he had a card of a golfer from 1901. I mean, he had a card in his hand that was 122 years old. I I could not believe that, man. I could not believe that he went ahead and um that he went ahead and did that. I was shocked. From that standpoint. And then he bought like that whole set from 1927, and he paid, a few $100 for it. That's nuts, man. That is absolutely nuts. You know, makes me want to go out and look and see if if we could go ahead and find anything like that. I gotta do some arranging. Talk amongst yourselves. I don't like the way this is. 12, 11, and 10, 7, and 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Yeah, it was. He was I mean, all of a sudden, he was showing something. The golf cards, like I said, that he was showing from the 1901, 1927, 1922. I was like, you have to be kidding me. No, Sean, did you find your package? But he was a cool guy, and then I loved what he was doing with Com C. That is that was pretty interesting what he does with Com C, the way he buys and sells basically just on Com C, never owning the cards, just going ahead and putting them in his inventory and then reselling them. And he's about $1,000 up since January. Oh, good. Glad you found it. Whew. Dom, you see the Dom, you see the Mets called up Ronnie? I was watching. They had the minor league. They had a minor league game on today, John. They had the Mets minor AA team against the Nats AA team. And here the Nats throw out. They have Cruz batting first. I think then followed by like James Wood, the number 4 guy and the number 7 overall. Prospects in baseball, and then the Mets come up and the Mets, the first 3 guys the Mets put up there are Acuna, Gilbert, and Prada. 3 guys in the top 100. So it was it's interesting to see a lot of the talent that is there. Yeah, Dom, here's my only thing. I am happy that they are bringing both of those guys up, but either Epler or Cohen better put their foot up Buck's ass if he sits those guys. That'd be a nice call up for them. It just seems like they call up friggin' well, he he what he called he was struggled for a while, so I'm glad that he is finally starting to move up uh Herstad. Yeah, they were playing again in Birmingham. So the guys it was the Birmingham, and they are the Rumble Ponies against whatever Harrisburg's team is. Yeah, they were playing up in Birmingham. Goody G, what is happening, my man? How are you doing? But like I said, to me, if you're gonna bring up these young guys, I'm all for it. And I think the teams should, but don't bring them up. If you're not playing them. Now it's like the Yankees with Dominguez. Okay, you've made the commitment. You said you're bringing him up. You gotta put him in, the lineup every dang day. Period. The end. Oh wow, Josh Donaldson got released and he signed a minor league deal with the Brewers. I did not realize that he got released. Oh wow. Huh, huh, huh. Like I said, that's my whole thing. If you want to bring him up, I agree. Hey, you should bring him up. If you think they could play, you should definitely do it. Yeah, hey, that would have been cool to get some on-card autographs of Juan. I tell you that other kid they got in the trade, Hassel. I hope he does well. I mean, I'd like to see, hopefully he gets a chance, and does well too. That would be that'd be a nice, nice for them also. Excuse me, to have that. Because I think he's another guy who has, potential to be a good player. I think he again, get playing time. At least he has a shot by going in Washington. He was going to have no shot in San Diego. I also think it's going to be interesting to see what San Diego is going to try and do with Soto. What are they going to offer Juan Soto to make him stay there? Because they gave up a lot. Kenny Weaver, what's happening? Oh, I missed you before, Kenny. I'm sorry. Um, you know. John, how you doing? We were just talking about you. Oh, that's true. I think he does have one more year on the team control. Some of the guys were just saying, John, how they really enjoyed the show last night. But you on it again? Thanks a lot for coming on. Much appreciated. Um, you know, yeah. I mean, if they got him under control, hey, man, you might as well, use it, see what you could do. You know, what I mean, it's funny. I remember when everybody talked about the Yankees, Yankees, and they were giving out those. Well, we appreciate you coming on. When the Yankees were giving out all those $100 million contracts, $100 million contracts. And now you have San Diego, giving out basically almost those 300 million dollar contracts. Yeah, Dom, that's true, Dom. You would expect a guy like John who collects older golf cards to be a guy who goes out there wearing knickers. Oh, it's going to be hard to go ahead and keep Soto. Here's the bad thing about it. PCA was a very big mistake. Here's the bad thing about it, John, is that if he comes back, and next year has more of a typical, Juan Soto year, then it, he's gonna want serious money in 2025. And that's why I just wondered whether or not it would have been a smarter idea to try and buy out a couple of his years of team control. Maybe you have to pay a little bit more, but I don't know. To me, he's gonna be an expensive baseball player in 2025. Yeah, well, Matt, are they out of it or are they still in it? I mean, what's their I mean, they're see, Matt, that's hard because that's very hard when they're in the wild card. Because again, if you're gonna bring him up, oh yeah, if he goes to the free agent market in 2025, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he'll probably be top three because of his age. Because you figure, Shohei and Trout already has his money, and you have Shohei, um, who is probably going to get a pretty penny, even though, he won't be able to probably pitch that much in 2023. Teams are not going to worry about that. They're going to say, hey, he can go ahead and come back, and pitch, from that standpoint. I wonder if a guy like him, if he turns into, could you make him a closer? Could he be your DH and be a closer? Because that would be pretty cool. Three good nerds. What is going on? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So if you look at the Cubs, it's going to be hard for them to bring a kid like PCA up and play him in there. Because again, like I said, I have no issue with teams bringing the kids up. I just wonder, if they're going to play him. Well, I was just saying that, if the fear is him pitching, and with him, you look. I mean, he hurt his. Remember, he was out a couple of years ago because of his arm was bothering him. Now he has, the tear and everything, or the strain, whatever, or the whatever it is. What I'm saying is could there be a potential of a team who takes him out of a starter role and makes him a closer with his stuff? I just don't know how that works from a lineup standpoint. Because if you have him as your DH, is a DH allowed to come into the game uh, if he's not a starter? That's what I was just thinking about from that standpoint. You know, I mean, hey, look, John Smoltz did it when he had arm problems and stuff. Because in all honesty, when people were talking about, the 500, $600 million for Otani, that's what I'm saying, Dommy. Can he be the DH and be relief pitcher? Is something like that allowed? I don't know. Because if you put him in, does he have to not be the DH then? That's what I'm saying. But I guess if you lose the DH and he's pitching, he would become the hitter. So maybe it's a mute point. Well, they do have that blowout rule. Yeah, that's what I was curious, nerds, because like I said, you know, where does his contract go now, right? Because a lot of people were saying $500-600 million because he's a pitcher and a hitter and he does both really well. Well, if you take one of those away and you take the pitching away, and now you're making him purely a DH, or maybe maybe you put him back in the outfield or you put him at first base. If the thought was he's a $600 million player because he could pitch and he hits, if you take the pitching away, where's his value? You know what I'm saying? You're true. I mean, true, Lawkin. I mean, they become really bad deals at the end. I mean, there's, we were talking about it last night on the show, with John. When you look at, and we were talking about some guys who went ahead and left us, early, right? So, for instance, um, like a Roberto Clemente, like a Thurman Munson, guys, guys who left the game early who were doing really, really good. um you looked at them different, you look at them different because you never saw them get old in a sports, right? When you think about all the other veterans that we have watched, you've watched them all get old. You watched Albert Pujols get old. You watched, these guys, Ken Griffey Jr., you watched him, become old, where they just weren't doing what they were doing. A lot of those guys, they don't go out on top. A lot of them, go out struggling. A position player can only come in after the amount of runs. That's what I'm saying. He would not be a position player. He would be the DH. Could a DH come in and pitch? That's what I was wondering. Could that happen? But I guess you're right. Miggy's another good one, right? You watch Miggy, get old. And look, hey, you can't blame these guys. You know, Miggy Cabrera is sitting there going, okay, I could walk away and I will give up. I don't know what his salary is, $20 million. You know, you know what I'm saying? From that standpoint, um, So I mean, when you look at it from there, I mean, again, you can't blame you can't blame guys for continuing to go ahead and play. Let's see. Miguel Cabrera. this year, $32 million. If you're Miguel Cabrera, why would you have retired and walked away from $32 million? I don't know if it's called the Otani rule. That's a really good question. That is a really good question. It might. It might be. I don't know if well, going back to your top, what you said right here, Lockett. You're right. If he ain't gonna win you, if it, and that's what I'm saying. But that's what I mean when you look at Otani. Not uh, Wikipedia says a DH can't pitch in relief. Okay, well then, you never know. They may. I could see them going ahead and going to the players association, going to MLB and saying, "Hey, here's what we're gonna do." And it's something they're probably gonna have to look at because when you look back at like this last year's MLB draft, and you look at some of the guys who will get drafted next year, there are a lot of two-way players, a lot of them. So, you know, the MLB may wind up looking at some of these guys saying, "Hey, if you're a pitcher, you can be a DH and be a pitcher." Um, you know, but if you come out of the game, see, that's the whole thing that gets me. But I guess you already have the rule that if you're pitching and you're the DH, and if you get taken out of the game, you can still be the DH. So you have that piece in there. It would just be the other way around, that if you're the DH and you come in and you pitch and then you get taken out, you stay. You know, I don't necessarily think you're right. I agree that there shouldn't be a special rule for certain players. But I think if baseball's going to look at it, and you're going to have more of these guys that are going to become, that are going to be a two-way guy who could hit and pitch, because that's the way they're coming up now in college and everything. You probably have to. You probably have to. So, you know, baseball's always going to make special rules for those special players. Look, they did it when they started the DH because they said, man, there are some guys who cannot play the field, or they looked at it and they said, you know what, pitchers shouldn't hit. So that's another thing you could go ahead and do, but we all know, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I wonder how the whole thing could work. You're right. If your shortstop is also a closer, you can bring him in and he can pitch. You take but it's what happened. That would be a different scenario, because if you, I don't know. There are a lot of other smarter people who could figure this shit out. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, man, they put a beating on the Gators. I guess that quarterback that's taken over, Mr. What is it, Mertz or whatever his name is, he might not be that good. Because he's a transfer, isn't Mertz? I forgot where he transferred from. Mertz played somewhere. Where did he play? Oh, he played at Wisconsin. Yeah. Not like he came from a hotbed of quarterback schools. Later, Shoney. Yeah. You're right, John. That is definitely why we rip cards and don't own teams. Because I tell you, that would change the dynamic. I mean, they've already done shit to change the dynamic of baseball. That would be interesting of what you could actually do. Well, Dom, are you still here? Gotta see if maybe Dommy's still here. I don't know. Maybe he's eating. Dom, didn't the Mets one time do something with Roger McDowell and Jesse Orosco? We were just wondering, John. One of the things we're talking about is if a guy like Otani, he's a starter who could be DH. What if some of these guys were relief pitchers, like a closer? Could a closer be a DH also? Yes, that's what the Mets did one time, So if you had a guy like Otani, and he was, let's say, you bring him in game 6 of the World Series. That's right. That is right. They were switching out in right field, if I remember correctly. Like if you had a guy like Otani, and if you don't think he can be a starter anymore, but he could be a reliever, can he be a DH and be a closer? I don't know. I do not know. That's the one thing I am curious about. Matt's going to bed. Oh, okay, Matty. Yeah, you big guy, you tall guys need a lot of sleep. I'm telling you, I think, I don't disagree with you, Dom. I honestly thought when he came back from his injury, before they got rid of him, I always thought that was something that they should have done with him, that they should have given him a shot, um, in the bullpen. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what we are. We're thinking that it's just that's what it just is. It's just um, it's just going to be for starters. You just wonder, would there be any opportunity or any chance that they may think about changing that rule? Yeah, so the Guardians let him go. I mean, he's a free agent anyway, Dom, because he only signed a 1-year deal, so he is a free agent. They should go ahead and pick him up put him down in the minors, put him on double A and see what he could do in the bullpen. Because, another hard throwing guy and just say, look, man, we just need you to come in and go, yeah, a rule that allows the pitcher to be assigned to a designated hitter spot in the batting order and to remain as a designated hitter even if replaced on the mound by another pitcher. Yeah. So that's basically the Otani rule. Right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Otani is going to be a closer. What I'm saying is that if this is his second arm injury that he has had since he has, you know, come to the big leagues. And that's what I'm saying. I just wonder if there is a potential for them to try something where you can make him a closer. Could it potentially happen? Ah, yeah, that is true. That is definitely true. If he's coming up in the ninth inning, it'd have to be one of those things, but you'd have to he would have to be throwing a lot. You'd have to get him up in the seventh inning, get him up in the eighth inning if you know he's coming up in the ninth inning, and have him warmed up and ready to go. Again, it's an interesting. It really is a interesting caveat with a guy like that. And like I said, I'm just saying, again, what happens if he, with his injury, with his injury prone arm being again twice. Yeah, they could. That's definitely true. Yep. So when you think about it, oh wow, I did not realize this one. But he went ahead and already had Tommy John surgery once. Yeah. He's had it twice. There are a couple of guys, I guess, who've had it more than once. But in 21st, look, look at this. He had look, in 2017 he had a first degree UCL sprain. In 2018, grade 2 UCL sprain. September, he got Tommy John of 2018. 2019, he had a knee issue. 2020, he had a flexor. And 2023, another torn UCL. All right, John, have a good one, buddy. Who the heck is Cole Raggin? uh, yeah, so it's not. It's not a common thing. It's not one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, just go ahead and have it and don't worry about it. It's all good, man. you know, it's just a matter of, when you think about it from a standpoint of how long do you put it off if you're Shohei Ohtani? I mean, I understand he wants to keep playing this year. And maybe he figures I need to add another MVP award, or I need another I have to um continue to be really good to show that I have, that I'm worth the big contract. Shohei's been playing. Yep, yep. Yeah, we really don't care about him on this channel. Oh, John, your Utes let the Gators score. What is going on, man? And get a 2-point conversion. Come on, John. We cannot have that. Ah. The team from Atlanta is going to be hard to beat. I'm very surprised that they are whipping ass on the Dodgers right now. Very, very surprised. But, you know. So Cole Reagan, Dom, is a pitcher with the Royals. Yeah. And he's done pretty good the last couple of games he's gone out there. I mean, he's done really good. I mean, you got to think about a guy again. He's had the surgery twice, 106 innings. He does have 107 strikeouts. No, that is an equalizer. But man, Lance Lynn. I mean, if Lance Lynn was the best the Dodgers could do at the trade deadline, I don't. Well, heck, he doesn't play for the White Sox anymore. He sucks. I tell you, Dodgers are another one of those teams, man. It's like, how do they do what they do? I mean, they're starting David Peralta and Jason Hayward in the outfield tonight. Wow, what the hell? It's like, what? My goodness gracious! They just have like guy after guy after guy. True, they have been beat up bad. I mean, their pitching staff is. Uh, it's a very. I mean, I don't even know what you would call it when it's piecemeal. I mean, it's you have Kershaw and Julio, and you know Julio has tailed off. He hasn't done himself any favors. You know, this year. I mean, he's been okay, but he really, he hasn't. 11-7. He's nothing like he was last year. His ERA is 2.5 points, or almost 2.5 points higher than it was last year. So that's not good. I mean, strikeouts are probably right around where they are. Walks are right around where they are. But you know, and there's another guy. He's going to he'll be entering free agency also. Yeah. Yeah, I think Bueller is in the minor leagues right now, Dami, on a rehab assignment. So they will get him back for sure. I don't know about May. But yeah, I mean, Gosling just went out. He needs Tommy John, so he's done for 23. Lux, I mean, that was a, you know, Oh, a spring training injury. Not a lot you can do about that stuff. What are they saying about the Dodgers injuries? Oh, and they lost Daniel Hudson too. JD Martinez just went out. Well, Lux has started running, which is good. So Dustin May had a, I didn't realize that May had to have right flexor tendon and UCL reconstruction revision surgery. Whatever the hell that is. Is that just a fancy thing for Tommy John? Yeah, I don't think Bueller. I mean, they will look to Bueller. They'll look to bring him up along to slowly, to be able to, start, maybe and go deep a couple of games towards the end of the season, and then be ready for the playoffs. Yeah, May. Yeah, so May's done for another year. You know, he's like that. I mean, at least he's made it to the majors. But the Mets have that kid, Matt Allen, who like the last time I think they say he pitched like competitively in a game is like I don't know, like 2019 or something like that. It was now he's pitching a little bit, but it's crazy. It might be May's second one. Excuse me. Uh, yep. It says May to have major elbow surgery again. So he missed much of 21 and 22 after undergoing Tommy John surgery. So this doesn't appear to be Tommy John. It's to repair the flexor tendon. Which whatever the hell that means. Yeah, I just started. I mean, Locke. I just look at that. Man, they have gotten that. I did not realize they had that many. I guess I knew. Some of the bigger names. Like Bueller and May and Lux and stuff like that. But man, when you start looking at the other stuff, holy cow! The number of pitchers who have gotten hurt is just crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. San Diego down 7-0 now. Yastrzemski with the home run. Yeah, most definitely. And then you think about some of the young guys they've traded away also. I mean, not that they've to acquire, some players, uh, and it's what's amazing about them is if you look at like the minor league system rankings, they're still up there in like the top 5. They have another catcher down there, Diego. I think his first name is Diego. It's like, come on, man. It's just unfair. These guys go ahead and they draft that damn well because them and the Mets have uh both have 5 players ranked in the top 100. No, they won't. They won't. They will not. You're 100% correct, Alan. We talked about it a little bit last night on the show. Um, when it comes to Hall of Fame and stuff like that, they will need to rethink the numbers part of the Hall of Fame, and I think this is why you're going to have to see more of these, whatever metrics guys, analytics guys, those guys. That's what's going to drive the Hall of Fame because you know we're not going to see another pitcher get 300 wins. We're not going to. We're just not going to see that. I mean, the highest active guy is Verlander, and he has 254. Now, can he pitch 5 more years? 4 more years? And then after him, Zach Greinke has 224. He's done. He's 39 years old. He's played 20 years. Verlander's 40. When you go down the list, and you got Max Scherzer at 213, Kershaw at 209. That's it. That's it. Those are the only 4 guys active in the MLB that have over 200 wins. I know Adam Wainwright is trying to get there really, really bad, and I hope he does. But you know, you're not going to see that type of stuff. It's just it is what it is, and you know, uh, it'll be it'll just be that way. I mean, it's one of those things. I was hoping it'd be easier to find the league leaders of stuff. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But honestly, hitting also. I mean, I don't know. Is anybody going to reach Pete Rose? From that standpoint, whether you think it's whether you think it's Barry Bonds or Hank Aaron. Um, do we think we're going to see somebody get to those numbers there also? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, no one's ever getting near Nolan Ryan's strikeouts. No, no way in heck. That just ain't happening. Yes, I mean I agree. If Ichiro did not start in Japan, he probably would have been the guy who could have. Um, because you got to figure. The scary thing is Derek Jeter's number 6. I don't know. You mean total bases or in a year, Dom? Yeah, Ichiro had 3,089. Well, Ricky was a freak. DiMaggio, I agree. Ripken, 100% Goody G. Ain't nobody playing that many games in a row ever again. I would be surprised. I mean, you can't get guys to play a full season. They all, they need rest now. God forbid they play Saturday night and then have to play Sunday afternoon. Oh my gosh. Oh, because by the time they get home and get rest and have to get up and come back to the baseball game, friggin' ridiculous. Ricky was a freak. Um, yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be tough. I think career wise, 100%. Um, you know, uh, Career stolen bases, probably not. Probably not. That's probably one that that is probably that would be difficult to go ahead and do. But don't forget now, guys, we're also talking these guys gotta want to play that long, right? Because they're not doing it unless they play long term. It just ain't happening. I think you're right. I think there definitely could be uh a 100 steel guy for sure. I can definitely see that that happening for without a doubt. Um, you know. But I mean, like I said, you look at even baseball from a standpoint of you take Miguel Cabrera out, right? Although he's retired, but Robinson Cano after Miguel Cabrera from a player who I guess who is considered active, which I don't necessarily know if he is. So let's say Cano is not active. The highest active player with career hits is Joey Votto at 2,127. Dom, it's gonna. I know. I think if I had to, and I don't know if it could be done. I think it would. But nice, way to go. Congrats on the Utes. Um, I don't know. I mean, certain things. No hitters, no one's doing. I think anything that Nolan Ryan has done with strikeouts and no hitters, strikeouts in 1 year, no, not going to happen. Um, could batting average, batting average maybe. Um, Home runs in a year, could somebody, I mean, what number you're using, right? I mean, to me, uh, anybody that was a major leaguer, whatever they did, they did. So to me, the home run leader is Barry Bonds. He has the most career. He has the most in a year. Could somebody hit? Could somebody hit 70 some odd home runs? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that. True, Kenny. I can't see anybody playing, a long enough a career to do that. Yeah, I don't, wins per season. Dom, I hate to say it, but I think most of your all-time records, whether they be in season or career records, I don't think any of them are ever going to get broken. I don't know. It may sound stupid, but to me, the one maybe, and it would take a ton of luck. And believe me, I'm not saying it can, but the only one that I could see that I would have the potential would maybe be the hitting streak. That's like a reach, a super duper reach, just because you don't need to play for a long period of time to accomplish that. You have to have the ability to do that is just, again, I'm not saying that 56 games is simple, but I just wonder if that's maybe like the one that could potentially. But I say that, and then I'm going to say this. I say that one is the one that maybe potentially could, but I don't think there's no way it could be, because I don't think the mentality of today's player would allow them to do that, to be that type of hitter that it would take to make that happen. And went from 11 to 4, it caught up to us. Like I said, I think when you just look at certain records, and like I said, I just, I don't know. Bob Gibson's ERA, I don't know. Um, Mariano Rivera's saves, career save, that's potential. I mean, that could be one. Maybe, maybe saves, because guys are starting to be closers at a younger age. So that's a potentially one that could be, from that standpoint. Hmm. Hard to believe only three, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Um, that's the only thing I could think of, to me, be honest with you. If we're talking major career, if we're looking at like the career highs of everything, from that standpoint. Yeah, you're potentially you're not wrong there, man. You're not wrong there. So did you guys see this? That's going to start starting Tuesday. The robot, where they're testing it, the robot strike zone will become slightly bigger at AAA starting Tuesday, in an attempt to make it better reflect individual batters rather than averages, and the pitch clock will be altered also. The robots this season were programmed to call a two-dimensional zone based on where the ball crosses the midpoint of the plate. 8.5 inches from the front, 8.5 inches from the back, MLB. Wow. So starting Tuesday, data for each player from Hawkeye Posse post tracking system of cameras installed at each ballpark. Holy cow. So it's going to be more realistic, where it'll set the bottom of the strike zone at individual's back knee, and the top will be 5.5 inches above the midpoint of the measurement of the player's left hand and the right hip. What the hell are they doing to this frigging base the game? What a freaking joke, man. Well, I didn't realize this. Robot umpires are used to call balls and strikes in half of the AAA games. The pitch clock will be set at 17 seconds at all times instead of 14 with the bases empty and 19 with runners on base. Wow. Wow. I don't know, man. Why? What do you need it for? What is it going to change? I mean, what are robo umpires going to change? Well, I don't disagree that this year's strike zone has been awful. Uh, you know, I don't know, man. Oh, maybe it's not, maybe it's not, you know, maybe it's the umpires they're hiring. Maybe that's where, they're getting the inconsistency. Maybe they're putting guys in the major leagues who should still be doing double A ball, from that standpoint, or high school baseball. Maybe, we want to say that baseball is the guys in the majors are the best of the best. The bad part is if you're telling me that what we're seeing now in the minor leagues in the major leagues is the best of the best, well, then that's a problem, man. That's a big problem. I agree in inconsistency. I just, I don't know. I don't like it. That's just me. I guess I'm one of those get off my damn lawn guys. Hey, you, get off of my lawn. I don't know, Dom. Like I said, I get it. Oh, the Yankees are also bringing up Austin Wells. What is Wells? Is Wells a catcher? Wow, Volpe had a 2020 season. Wells is a 24-year-old catcher. Catcher here. Yep. Well, I mean, Dom, oh wow. I mean, Dom, I don't I hear what you're saying. And again, I'm not a big fan of it. I get it. Um, does it get so then do we get to the point in basically in reality where umpires are really only going to be needed for tag play, safe and out? And will we even need them for that? Because you could put markers on you could put you could put what do you call it? Some kind of device along the foul line, and a guy just knows, hey, I got to run really, really hard, and if I see, the light up, then it's a foul ball or something along those lines. Good night, Johnny. Thanks a lot, buddy. Have a great, have a great night. I just I don't know, man. I'm just one of those guys, Dom. Just one of those guys. Man, these freaking sloppy seconds bastard. Yeah. No, the second base umpire should not do it, um, because the only way you'd be able to do it effectively would be if you were right behind the pitcher, but then the pitcher is going to block you, right? So that means you'd have to be off at an angle. You'd have to be to one side of the pitcher, and then let's say if it's a right-handed pitcher and he falls off to the right side, well, now really that means you got to be to his left. You have to be to the even more to the right of him, and then you're looking at an angle and stuff like that. I also think from an inside and outside perspective, um, it'd be easier to call corners, seeing inside and outside, if you're directly behind the catcher. You can see where the ball crosses the plate effectively. I think a base, a guy in the field can do up and down, but I think it's the in and out would be a hard part for the umpire. Just my opinion. Dang it. So that's what I think. Well, I mean, uh, I hear what you're saying, you got to figure the view. The real in reality, the pitch that the home plate umpire has the hardest one is the low pitch, because anything that is above, let's say, the catcher's shoulders and above in the zone, he should be able to see that from here, up, because his head is going to be in this general area, right? So that higher pitch, the low pitch, yeah, I could see where he could have a problem really going the low. I don't know. I have no idea about that one, Dom. I do not know why they're buttoned down. That is a fantastic question. And unfortunately, I got nothing for you. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't think that, you need to get him off quick or something, those types of reasons and stuff like that. I mean, it's a very good point. Uh, I honestly don't know why they are the way they are. And Bo Bichette went on the IL again. Golly, if they don't have a shot, they should just be done. Put him, put him down, down, down. Yeah, they did. The Mets had pullover jerseys. I mean, a bunch of teams had pullover jerseys. I don't know. Maybe I mean, I got no real good reason for it, Dom. I don't necessarily know if it's the fit because you could make them. Let's see. What do we got going on? uh, Might be doing a little barbecue on Sunday. That's about it. What about you, Dom? What do you have going on this weekend? You got rugby? Is the big rugby weekend for you there, Dommy? 'Cause I got a little BBQ. You're 100% right, Goody G. You gotta look at what I had. Practice Saturday and relaxing beach. Nice. Don't go in the water. Be careful of the sharks, Tommy. Um, yeah, I'll definitely like worrying about everything. And I've also, so I used to be one of those guys when I played. I used to wear, um, pants that were more like the knickers type that basically stopped just below the knee, so you can see the whole socks and everything. But um, I have, oh wow, but I have now, what do you call it? I have changed and I wear long pants when I play baseball now. Hey, why is it a ring if it's square? I have no idea because I don't know. Because I do not know anything about cricket. Thanks, Goody G. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Thanks, everybody. Always enjoy hanging out with you guys and chatting. It's nice to go ahead and you know talk some sports and forget about all the other bullshit that goes on. So, thanks, Goody G, for coming. Good night to you. Good night, Kenny. Good night, Dommy. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. And I catch you at the next one, fellas.